Daniel Hutchins, your famous comedians variety show host here at the Hutchins Hut. So what are we doing again? Well, it's been a really rough month right now. So, hey, we got deal with a bunch of old world fluffernut. But hey, what can I say? Shit happens, right? Shit happens. But like I said, I'm not angry at my family members. I'm just disappointed with them. And, that's why I'm trying to rise above them and show them who real boss is. I am. So remember to support the channel and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, go subscribe. I'm real deal. I'm the real deal. And I make it abundantly clear that I stay that way because I am the real deal. I am doing everything in my power to ensure that I stay on top of that universe, which all you guys should be also doing as well. And remember, if you're a subscriber, I require that everybody does 3 hours minimum per week studying or doing something within the universe. That is a requirement. Don't you know? But yeah, anyway, there was a little bit of misunderstanding, confusion, but hey, it got settled. So, and also, red bean beef tamales. I had 2 of those, and then because the last time I ate, I don't know, it was like 1 o'clock. So I was like, well, it was my off day today. So then I have class that tomorrow. TGIF, eh? TGIF. But hey, like I said, hey, on Fridays at least I get an extra hour because I don't have gym. I don't have gym on Friday. I have English and then a long lunch, and then I have math with Mrs. Carroll. But yeah, anyway, and I'm also on top of my math right now, so I'm good. As far as that online art business thing, my sister is making sure I have that resume uploaded and updated from my art business teacher who does all that, online stuff. That is helping me accelerate into the awesome fame that is me here on Hutchins Hut Productions and Hutchins Originals. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, January has been a real rough month. Yep, Bruno. But yeah, mostly that's because, the winter break was 3 weeks too long. But yeah. But hey, it's starting to turn around and it's starting to get really, really good. Like I said, February is going to be really exciting. March is going to be exciting. And all the rest of it's going to be super good. So yeah, remember, guys, remember. Yeah. Oh, hi there, Ramsey Howard. How's it been going, dude? How's it been going? It's been a long time no see. I haven't seen you in a long time, Ramsey. How's it been going, man? Yeah. But anyway, as we have promised you guys before, we have a bunch of comic book universe we got to catch up in. A shit ton. We are going to be doing our episode reviews with, as I promised, we are going to be doing our episode reviews on everything that I was supposed to do for you the last month and a half now. But hey, I've been kind of busy with college and all this other family bullshit. So now we're actually going to have time to actually do it. Finally, after all this fluffernutter, we are finally going to do what I said I'm going to do. We are going to do that universe that I told you guys about. We are going to give you the real deal reviews on the things of the comic book universe. Okay? So, without further ado, that is what the main primary idea of the channel is. The main primary thing we do on the channel is talk about reviews and comic book information within the entertainment landscape. But I also do other shit too, so, what deal is so real? Well, Fresh Squeeze OC, we talk about entertainment because we are an entertainment channel here at Hutchins Hut. We do entertainment reviews and, honest ones by, my own opinions and accounts. So, yeah, the real deal. Yeah, for real. Yes, real chill guy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, my friend. Exactly, like my brother always says. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. So now, first we got to make sure that literally, yeah, we literally do it, literally. Um, but we gotta hop on to the internet and make sure that we are able to do this the way that we should. Yo, I'm new here. Cool. Awesome, Gabe. Welcome. Gabe's Owens. Oh, cool. Awesome. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. So what we're gonna do is, well, what we haven't been doing for the last 2 months now because I've been too busy with holidays and Christmas and family and school and all that other bullshit. So what are we gonna do? Well, what we're supposed to do, comic book universe, which again has been interrupted by Old World Fluffernutter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up a new tab and hello there, Ray Toya. How's it been going? How's it been going? It's been a hell of a ride so far this year. It's been a real hoot. Just like Heifer off of Rocco's Modern Life. It's been a real hoot. Also, yeah, we're hopping back on our Disney Plus. Hey there, Caroline Garcia, 7705. How's it been going, Abe? We are going back on our streaming services, and we are promising you guys the content that I was unable to fulfill for the last 2 months now. So we are finally going to go real deal. Real deal. Like I said, we are go real deal. So what we're going to do is what we always do. Promise excellence. Promise the excellence that you guys always wanted. And also, I have Phineas and Ferb I gotta watch. I got 10 more episodes of Phineas and Ferb I gotta catch up in. So we have that also to care in mind as well. But I might actually need to do that maybe later in the next week or so. I might have to do that Phineas and Ferb from 2025 that I was not able to finish because they just finished airing it on Disney Channel. So I gotta finish that too. So okay, so we are basically going on and basically giving you the real deal. Okay, so also the next show that we're working on after, collectively telling you the analysis of what I thought and my reviews of Wonder Man is the next show after Wonder Man is Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Daredevil Born Again Season 2? Yes, Daredevil Born Again Season 2. This is where we get Jessica Jones. And she's coming back, apparently, because now since we own the Defenders. Marvel has now officially now owns the Defenders again, because Netflix, didn't need them anymore, so they gave them back to us. But hey, there's no problem with that because now Warner Brothers is now owned. Their world over fully integrated into the Netflix fold. So hey, an eye for an eye, eh? And Wonder Man is underneath the Marvel Spotlight banner. So basically the first episode of Wonder Man basically is called Matinee. Why is the first episode of Wonder Man called Matinee? Well, because, with the show. Because in the comic books, you remember, Wonder Man is, trying, make a mission to, be an actor. As you guys remember in the comic books, Wonder Man is an actor who also was in the 1980s, who also happened to be a real deal member of the West Coast Avengers and is an original idea from the 1980s. So basically, the first episode of season 1 is just the setup episode of the show, where basically they talk about the inspiration of how Wonder Man, or Real Deal Hero, is able to show us how he got famous. That is basically what the first episode of that is. The next episode is Self-Tape. Self-Tape is basically where he submits his idea of super awesome fixed edits, like again I do here on the Hutchins channel. We ensure that, we are doing our self-tapes here on the live show, here on Hutchins Hut Originals and Hutchins Hut Productions. If you haven't subscribed to Hutchins Hut Productions, that is my second biggest channel that I do here on the YouTube service. So also right now I'm only holding like a very very small numerable number right now on the Hutchins Hut Productions, which is the HHB. The HHO, again, where you guys are watching on right now, is also the biggest channel and also the most successful channel, which saw the most significant rise all the way back since the pandemic because everything was closed. So basically, yes, the fourth episode of Wonder Man is basically, as we've implied, this is basically where Wonder Man gets a surprise visitor from a door salesman. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on here, right?" So then there's the whole static with Marvel TV, with the black and white intro with Marvel Television on this opener segment, with Marvel Spotlights also being the real deal opener. So, and I also think it's also kind of stupid when you realize, oh, why does Wonder Man have all this stupid fluffernutter? Like, why does they have to have all these stupid international credits after all of their shows? I don't know. I just think it's kind of dumb that you have to have the credits of the people at the end of the show when it's like 10 minutes of it. It's like you don't need 10 minutes of people told and shout out in different languages. You just go right to the next episode by hitting the skip button. That's all you really need to do. And then episode 6 of Wonder Man is, as we implied, this is where he gets the call back from the studio, where then he actually gets the job and, doing his super awesome art, which, again, I'm doing super awesome art for you guys. Every month here at Hutchins Hut, we always make sure we are delivering super awesome art edits. So, episode 7, what's this? Oh, Kathy Friedman. Who's Kathy Friedman? Oh, just a close friend of theirs. Basically, this is, like I said, since Wonder Man is basically a short limited run series and they released all the episodes at once, like Marvel is trying to do, like we always did before. What happened the last show we had last January, where they's like, oh yeah, we're also going to be getting more X-Men, more Daredevil, and we're also going to be getting some more surprises. We're getting more surprises. We get X-Men 97 Season 2. We'll get Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. I'll be doing those ones, and then also review some other things that are also within the manifold of the MCU proper as well. As long as you stay subscribed, you hit that bell. If you want to always stay notified, you hit the bell twice. But if you only want to just stay subscribed, hey, just hit the bell once. But if you hit the bell twice, you get all notifications. That's only if you want all notifications. You hit the bell twice if you want all notifications, but if you want just some notifications you have personalized, you just hit the bell. So you hit the bell once, you get personalized. You hit the bell twice, you get all notifications. So that's how it rolls, my friend. So there is the reviews, and basically I was able to tell it in less than 15 minutes, and I saved you guys, I don't know, a bunch of time by kind of filling you guys in on what the synopsis of these ideas were. So now if you have watched Wonder Man, it actually came out, I don't know, it came out on Wednesday, so if you hadn't watched it, go watch it. It's really good. Like I said, for a short limited series under the Marvel Spotlights banner, it's real dealio. Real deal. So, we're going back to Disney Plus again and catching up on other stuff. Okay, so again, because I have a lot of stuff I gotta catch up in within the universe, because there's so many things that I felt like I've been falling behind on. And that's because all the fluffernutter energy that's been from the Christmas, the holiday, the New Year, the family, and all the other bullshits that, again, kind of, took place overseeing the fact that I should have been doing this stuff, I don't know, from the get-go. But now we're finally doing it because this is going to be a super special late night video. A super special late night video? Yes, that's also why I was able to charge my phone nice and long, so then that way I was able to ensure we get super deal awesomes. So now since we have completely undermined the idea of Wonder Man, now we gotta go back to our watch list and see what other things we have to do. Well, the Marvel What If series, I was gonna go back and rewatch that, but I was like, hey, I don't need that because I've already done that when it ended like those all those years ago back in 2023. Eyes of Wakanda, I did that last summer, and I've already watched both Black Panthers already last week. So yeah, I'm already ahead on most of the things. So yeah, it's all real deal. It's all real deal stuff. I'm on top of my A game when it comes to the universe, as you guys should also feel the same way. So, also, there are as far as the new episode, the 10 other episodes they recently added in Phineas and Ferb. I'm going to be doing those later. I'm going to catch up on Percy Jackson later. I'm revisiting the 90s Fantastic Four from 94. I'm working on Smallville slowly but surely to catch up to, try to get me up to speed, up to Supergirl. I've already saw the crappy one from 84, and, it's nothing to write home about. The Tales of Empire, Tales of Jedi, The Bad Batch, again, I'm watching those again, probably as by myself independently, because, again, I've already done reviews on those already. X-Men Evolution, again, same thing, doing that by myself. And most of pretty much about 80% of my list is all stuff that I'm going to be doing on my own fresh time. So, yeah. So now what I'm going to do is, well, aren't you curious, little one? I'm going to go to Paramount because I think I have those episodes on Tulsa King that I also have to catch up in. Tulsa King. Yeah, what's going on with Tulsa King? Well, I have the new season waiting for me over there right now. And yeah, I need to finish that out before, And then I also have the Big Bang Theory spinoff. I have to finish that up. And my mom's already finished that for like a month ago. I have to finish season 3 of Tulsa King. And the season 3, again, starts with the episode we call Blood and Bourbon. So the White has to try to secure the distillery deal. Basically, the distillery deal is basically, where he has to take the bourbon and turn around and sell it for the gangsters. So that's what, Sylvester Stallone's been doing, since, he's been doing a lot of TV from the Paramount sides of things. So, again, he's real deal. But the only downside to, the Paramount Originals is you always have to bypass through the stupid intros. And, it's kind of, real fluffernutter when you realize it's like, oh, yeah, well, I like to save people time by, basically talking through it and basically hey, this is how it goes. This is how it's going. I'm pretty straightforward, actually, with most of my reviews and setups. Because why would I go through hours and hours and hours on this when I can just really tell you the real deal? So, again, with these stupid 10-minute credit rolls, I don't freaking understand why they have to have all these unnecessary minutes spent in credit rolls. Again, and of course, it's made in Georgia by Georgia Film Departments. Because, that's Georgia Film Departments. Again, Atlanta, Treleif Studio. Again, we'll do them. So, it's just a bunch of fluff nut. That's all it is. Just a bunch of fluff nut. A bunch of flag knots. But yeah, basically, I'm not going to breeze through season 3 like I did with Wonder Man, because Wonder Man came out last Wednesday, and yeah, I basically told you, and then basically we have a bunch of other stuff we also got to catch up with as well. So that stuff is probably going to be on a later episode here at the Hutchins Hut, as I have often has had since told you before. Also, because with all the college and school and Christmas and New Year and holiday and all that other full shit, we need to ensure we are staying on top of the universe. Just like Master Eric always used to say, I made a vow to him that I was going to continue keeping up in my universe. And that is what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep up to the promise I've made to him back in 2018. Because when I lost my dad back in 2018, that's why I have the channel. That's because, he inspires me to finish whatever, he wasn't able to finish back in 2018. And we are already in 2026. So, again, I'm also 28 years old and I've been doing this shit for a long time. So, remember, if you've been rocking with me all these 12 years I've been doing this channel, well, this specific one, and if you're really real deal, if you follow me on my other channels, then you also awesome, really cool too. So remember, I've been doing this shit for 12 years, all the way back since the 8th grade. So I've been doing this YouTube all the way since the 8th grade. Because I go rockstar energy all of the time, man. All the time, man. I've been making sure that I kept growing and growing and growing as the YouTube channel world has oftentimes always said that before. So as I said before, 12 years ago, I had no idea I was able to get this far, and I had no idea that I was able to get out here to the west side, out here in Albuquerque, and follow that dream. But here I am, third state of the U.S. that I've lived in. And let me tell you, it's real deal. It's real deal. Real awesome. So, remember, support in that universe. Yeah, buddy. Support in that comic book universe. Yeah, buddy. And remember, my friends, we always like to ride by this idea that you just don't give up on what you love doing, because again, that's just, that's dumb. So, remember, my friends, if you want to stay up to speed in the universe, you always make sure that you practice the idea of excellent. How do you ride the idea by excellent? Well, if you read my community tabs and all that other fun stuff, we always make sure and ensure that we are following what we promise we do. By going back and following the community and filling out those ideas, I'm withholding those ideas so that we are able to do real deal. Promise off real deal. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing that for over a while now. So, where are we going to do now? Well, we're going to do some comic book resources news. Because we hadn't done some comic book resource news in, I don't know, God knows how long. But yeah, anyway, more disappointing than the way she waited when she had an egg and it didn't open up because it's too cold outside. Yeah, so basically right now, we are, okay, so, what's going on with Miles Morales? Well, right now, Miles Morales, the Spider-Man we know from the Cross to Spider-Verse, has been kind of set into a reborn saga. Miles Morales has been a center of the Marvel's next reborn saga, where basically the Marvel Cinematic Universe has basically taken him beyond the Spider-Verse, which again has been in limbo for a very long time because they want to make sure they do it right over at Sony. Also, because they canceled the Ultimate Universe in Marvel Comics, well, just like a few years ago they canceled it. Now, Miles Morales plays a critical part of it. Now, with Ultimate Spider-Man's excursions, you now are able to create this idea where all of the villains in Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery are able to go back for the Manaphone. And now, for a look at what comes for Miles. What happens to Miles Morales? Well, what's up, Danger? What's up? Well, being very much in the front door of his next show, and next series, and next comic book run, again, cover below oftentimes been designated to why he has none other than the Ultimate Game Changer, which again, where he teams up with the Ultimate comic books characters of both Iron Man and Captain America Steve Rogers, because that's the way the works happen at Marvel. In the spring, we're going to be getting a new series called Reborn Ultimates. This is basically taking the events we had from last summer and taking them into real deal territory, where we have Miles Morales teaming up with the Avengers from the Ultimate world. So then the Ultimate Avengers are now teaming up with the Ultimate Miles Morales, hence why we have this super awesome Ultimate Impact idea. done by Chris Condon. Chris Condon, yeah, he's the one who did Ultimate Wolverine, and he's also teaming up with his friend Stefano Caselli, who also does Ultimate Black Panther. So the Reborn Ultimate Impact is an adrenaline-fueled read, as you should be able to go to the comic book stores on Wednesdays when they do the real books, and you buy your books. Well, if you want to buy the book one by one, you spend $5 every time, or you could just wait till it goes on trade paperback. The choice is yours and yours alone. Like Master Eric always used to tell me, you wait until the whole entire series is launched, and then if you really like it, then you buy the trade paperback. But only if you like it. And the release date of Across the Spider-Verse, as you guys last remembered, was back in summer of 2023. So it has been a very, very long haul, especially for our friend Miles Morales. Last time we saw Miles Morales was all the way back in the summer of, and that has been a long time. So by the next time we see him, it probably will be, 2 more years until we see him. Which again makes a lot of sense because Sony needs to go back to going on full quality. Quality over quantity. That's what Star Wars is trying to do. That's what DC's trying to do. That's what everybody's trying to do. So remember, guys, quality over quantity. You don't want to have a lot of fluff or not. You want to have real deal. So if you want to have real deal content, you got to believe the fact that sometimes good things happen for those people who wait. Also, Smallville. What's going on with Smallville news? We talk about that a lot over here at the Hut. So, right now, there's been a Justin Hartley and an Erica Durance reunion. So, what does that mean? Oh, Oliver Queen and Lois Lane. So, what are they doing? Oh, they're doing a special reunion on March the 22nd. Where basically, we have a Green Arrow and Lois Lane. Now they are coming back for a special reunion. That's going to be launched on March 22nd. In case you guys don't know what Justin Hartley's been doing, he's been busy over working on Tracker. Tracker is basically where he plays as himself, and he's been tracking all these people around on a hit action drama where him and his brother are able to go around the world and try to save people and track them. And, because, he's, undercover and he does super awesome, cool tracker type stuff. It's also one of the best shows on CBS right now because he's real deal. You can also watch it on Hulu, Paramount Plus, or Fubo, or whatever show you might know have watched it on. Because, Justin Hartley's the real deal. He's real deal. So, yep, that special Smallville reunion with Green Arrow and Lois are now coming back to play that special reunion episode on March the 22nd, which is perfect because it's right around the time, right after me favorite holiday of St. Patrick's Day. So yes, that is really awesome. It's really good. What else has been going on in the world, eh? Well, lots of stuff. That's what's been going on with the world. Lots of stuff. What's been going on with James Bond? Well, James Bond. What's been going on with Pierce Brosnan? Well, lots of things have been going on with James Bond. The franchise got picked up by Amazon Prime Video, which also owns MGM Studio, and now they're trying to look for the next James Bond. So Pierce Brosnan now says this Daniel Craig James Bond is very weak, and he is 100% right. He is disappointed with Spectre. Spectre, yeah, that is the 4th installment from the Daniel Craig series. Daniel Craig was doing that shit all the way back since 2015. And yeah, Pierce Brosnan is 100% right. He did not like Spectre. He looks at Spectre, Daniel Craig, and he hates it. And I'm not trying to be a Donkard McDonkard, but yeah, he is 100% right on the solid entry. That's also why Pierce Brosnan is also so great. Well, he's good. He's just great. He's good as he is. The second person to ever hold the title of Bond after Sean Connery, who is the original model. So what else has been going on, eh? Well, I'm glad you guys are tuning in and watching, eh? So, what has been going on, eh? Well, we're not doing that because, we've already done lots of top 10s last season at Hutchins Hut. So, whatever fun stuff can we talk about tonight on this late night video? Well, since the time check is already over half hour already, let's try to shoot for an hour, okay? We're going to shoot for an hour, okay? Okay, another top 10. We don't need to do that. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that now. Next page. Okay, so, yeah. Let's see what else is going on, eh? Did you know that Rambo is having another movie? Yes, apparently Rambo is having another movie. I know, right? It's kind of weird. Rambo is having another movie. This was posted 4 days ago. Rambo is having another movie. However, you thought he was done after, being the superhero that have carried Vietnam. But yes, John Rambo, he's finally back. Yep, John Rambo, the hero we know, the superhero that carried us all the way to Vietnam. John Rambo, he's back. He's back. So, yeah, he's real deal. He's also one of Master Eric's favorites. So now, John Rambo is now having a prequel. A prequel? Yeah, a prequel. I know, it's kind of stupid, but hey, this is done by the director of multiple super awesome action-based franchises. And yeah, so he's taken Paramount and Legendary Entertainment and taken this into a prequel that, again, we didn't ask for it, but hey, he wanted to do it, so hey, whatever. More power to them, I guess. Because, we already have Perfect Rambo already. That's already released back in the 80s, so what the what? So let's just keep going. Let's keep blowing past this news hype. Alright, my friends, let's go. Drink bunkered up. So, we're trying to ensure that we are giving you guys good, interesting content over here on the live shows. Yep, that's what we're doing, my friends. That's what we're doing. Hey, that's what we're doing. So we're trying to ensure that you guys get good stuff every time you watch the live shows. Because these are just the announcements, right, of what's been going on in the universe. Okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, okay, what's been going on with How to Train Your Dragon? Well, How to Train Your Dragon has been so good last summer that now they're making another one? Well, considering how they're making another one, yeah, they're going to make another How to Train Your Dragon. Again, we didn't ask for this, but hey, since the last one they made last year was so good, now they're going to make another one for next year. There are some other DreamWorks projects we would rather see more of. We want to see the Sinbad Legend of Seven Sea. That's another show that we want to see. But, that's a lost gem to DreamWorks. But instead, they rather waste their time doing dragon stuff rather than giving us what we really want, like El Dorado or Sinbad or, I don't know, Prince of Egypt. I don't know. That would be kind of cool to see in a live action, eh? But yeah, I don't know. Well, it's DreamWorks. They make dreams work. So, not going to argue with them. They're a real deal. So, we're going to go over to our next friend. Our friends on the channel, Screen Rant. What's been going on with the boys over at Screen Rant? Probably lots of stuff, so,
Nothing too off the ordinary because it's all kind of blends all together, hence why I have the tabs underneath my channel name. You can just go there whenever y'all want to. So, okay, so what is going on with our boys at Screen Rant? Well, lots of stuff. Alright, is the DC universe now setting up a new romance between Wonder Woman and Batman? Well, we saw that all the way back with the Snyderverse, and you saw what happened there. It sucks. So, if DC's universe now trying to head us up with another romance between Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince, it's like, what the hell? You thought you learned that already after the Snyderverse failed. But now they're doing that again through the comic books from the Absolute Batman. The Absolute Batman? Yeah, it's just dumb. But yeah, the Absolute Batman is now bringing this idea to bring a romance back to Batman and Wonder Woman, who we both know is Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince. Spending the days together, traveling, surviving threats, doing danger, and do dangerous, super awesome, weird things. Which brings them together to reunite to this idea over, the dead father. We know Thomas Wayne, as he got shot in the alley back we saw all those millions and millions of times we saw him repeated, or again, and again, and again. We're tired of the origins. We just want real deal. And by the time the final pages come around in this super unnecessary story, now they say the chemistry between Batman and Wonder Woman is back again. It's back. So, hey, you want to see something happen, play out again and again and again and again? Well, they've already done it like I don't know how many freaking goddamn times. And now they're making sure that, they make it consistent because that's what sells. So, Bruce and Diana are now back again. Despite the fact we did not ask for it, they still wanted to dish it to us. Anyways, so, reminder, guys, Wonder Woman was created by William Moulton Marston and H.G. Peter, and Batman was created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Yeah, so we already know that's it. That's just, you should already fucking know already. So let's go back and do some more damn stuff. Okay, what's been going on with Grand Theft Auto? Well, lots of shit. We've talked about it a lot last season on Hutchins Hut. Lots of times on Hutchins Hut last season we talked about Grand Theft Auto 6. A controversy, you know me, it's controversy. Whoop whoop, controversy. Whoop whoop, controversy. Whoop whoop, yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6. We've talked about it a lot in the last season at the Hutchins Hut in 2025, actually. Rumor has it, controversy. You know me, it's controversy. So there's been controversy going on and rumors. Rumor has it, yeah. GTA, Grand Theft Auto 6, it's so highly anticipated that now you're now having this idea by saying, hey, Rockstar Games is still delaying Grand Theft Auto 6 because if it be true, then whatever. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Ain't that the fucking truth? But hey, Rockstar Games is trying to make a freaking excuse for delaying a physical release that we've been waiting for, over 10 years now. So what the fuck? Why are they still delaying the idea? Well, because, we already had Grand Theft Auto 5, so now they're trying to pull some bullshit excuses on why we don't have Grand Theft Auto 6. Well, mostly because, it would shatter the potential of a game and a sequel where we had Jason and Lucia as brand new playable play-up characters, not legacy characters we've already seen from the games and the franchise beforehand. So, again, because the possible fates of these characters will also be very frustrating to say at the least. After we've waited for this for over 10 years. We've waited already over 10 years for this shit. And they're still donking around with this shit. That's why Grand Theft Auto, by the time it comes around, nobody wants to buy it because it's already been in limbo for over a decade now. So, what the fuck, so that's why, people kind of losing their minds over Grand Theft Auto 6 right now because By the time it comes out, nobody wants to fucking play it because it's been in limbo so long. So, and has faced multiple harsh criticisms and rumors and all that other bullshit. So, yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. Father died. Well, what else is going on with the universe? Alrighty. Well, we're already 40 minutes into this live show, and I'm pretty sure, Robert and sister are probably going to be sleeping, so I can't be too loud, because, they actually have work tomorrow, and I have school, so I don't want to be up too late now. So, okay, let's focus on this. The last thing we're going to talk about for this evening is Del Toro has now confirmed there is the Frankenstein movie. Del Toro has confirmed the Frankenstein movie is and is still coming. You know why? Because Netflix has ensured that director Del Toro confirms that the Frankenstein movie is coming. You know why? Because Del Toro is just a great fucking director. Del Toro has revealed that his adaptation of Frankenstein is headed over to Netflix very soon, in fact, more sooner than people can realize because, again, lots of people didn't even know he made one. So, hey, that's what happens when get caught up with family and Christmas and New Year's and all that other shit. But hey, can't blame somebody if they don't know, eh? It's just kind of dumb, right? But hey, Del Toro's Frankenstein is basically the reimagining as we saw from the novel by Mary Shelley, back all the way back since 1818, of the same name. The only problem, though, is this idea version is, again, unethical, as they both suffered from consequences of psychological behavior. This director cut basically takes the gothic tale of the monster we know that has the bolts in his neck and basically changed the original novel to something else, like a lot of the other shit does. Frankenstein's monster acts more out of the self-defense than an outright murderer and a psychopathic dumbass monster that's, controlled by, the little sparks in his plugs. So it's unethical, but yet soon again, we've saw so many shit ass takes on Dracula, so now they're doing that again with Frankenstein. So what the hell? Can they give us something else, please? It's kind of dumb. But right now, the score is actually a 7.9 out of 10 on the user score, and it's also 7 out of 10 on the Screen Rant score. Which I was like, come on, man, that's just a bunch of donker donker. But yeah, basically, you can now watch the Frankenstein over at Netflix by Del Toro, which came out last year. And it is 149 minutes in runtime. And Oscar Isaac is the one who plays Frankenstein. And yeah, so whatever. So, hey, it's Del Toro's movie. So, you go watch it if you want to. But don't be surprised if it's like shit. So, again, just saying, I've warned you guys, again, if you don't like it, then don't kill the messenger who's told you it, because I've told you it. Okay? Okay. Just so that the crystal balls are clear, as you waste your money at the fortune telling at the mall, let me tell you guys something, eh? Yep. We are ensuring that we are giving you real deal, as we've been doing that for a very, 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 very long time in the counting of this channel. So that is exactly what we've been doing, man. That's exactly what we've been doing. So, yeah, anyway, I gotta use the bathroom again, and I gotta close the door, despite the fact, Well, I also think it's kind of stupid that my drawer doesn't have a broken rock on it. So, yeah, with that, too. Also, that in mind, too. So, my gosh. This would be the 5th time I've had to use the bathroom today. So, hey, if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what else would. Because, again, why else would I be doing these late night shits in the first place? If, I haven't been able to do that many of them because, sister and brother to make sure they actually have enough sleep to get to do the stuff tomorrow. And I actually have school tomorrow, so and we're in the final week of January. This weekend is the closure of January, which means, oh yeah, I gotta also do my, I think I also gotta do my journal for Mr. Cody. And the last time I was supposed to see Mr. Cody was last weekend, but he canceled last weekend because we had winter weather and ice. He's like, oh my god, it's gonna get cold. Yeah, and it did. And he still canceled anyway because Mr. Cody's a dumbass. He's a dumbass. So, yeah. It's hard to believe that the end of this week will be the end of the first month of 2026. What the? So basically, we are basically ensuring that, again, this year is the real deal. You know why? Because that's the way the cookie crumbles. Every time Cookie Monster opens up the box of the famous Amos and realizes, oh shit, where'd my cookie go? Oh well, that's right, it's all crumbs now. It's all crumbs. So, it's all crumbly and crumbly and, rumbly. And it's like, oh, my still is good. It's so hungry. Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, my cookies are all crumbs now. Because, I waited too long. This shit fucking fell apart in the grass plate. So, basically, that's the way, it works, me friend. Yeah, buddy? Yeah, buddy. So, that's just the way it is, my friend. That's the way it is. So remember, guys, we are trying to still shoot for an hour, and sister and brother are going to make sure that they get the sweep. So, I'm not going to be up too loud because, the walls in the house are very, very thin. Not as thin as, my parents' walls, but hey, they're still kind of massively thin. So, yeah. There's also that to take into account as well. So I'm going to be wrapping up this live show pretty shortly. So, okay. So, yeah, there's also that to count as well. So, if there is something that you guys want to have me do in the future, jot that down underneath the comments underneath all the videos. And if you want me to deliver it, maybe I might highlight your comment. I don't know, but again, like I said before, it's not trying to be, a brag, but, the world just seems to be caught up with a bunch of other bullshit doing shit. So, yeah, so that's just the way it works sometimes, eh? So, I got to catch up with me calendar. I'm going to catch up in my calendar, right? So we are already in the last and final week of January, eh? Real deal. So, yeah, the way it works, Mike. Yep, so Cody canceled, Sanchez canceled, so yeah. That's just the way it works, so hey. And the more so whatever. I'm not going to be checking off the school calendar for college though, but the other stupid calendars I have over here by the bathroom hall, connected off my bedroom, I will be checking those. But then, the school calendar that I have underneath of my bisexuality flag and penguin taking a giant dupe down from the top of it, well, send off, drop off. But yeah, that's basically how that all works up. So, yeah. That's just the way life goes, my friends. That's just how it romps. So, I know the world really romps right now, but hey, that's just how it works, That's how it works. And I had a rough week, so I'm going to open up myself an Athletica and enjoy some nice orange IPA fixed at it. So yeah, it's that too. So I actually have been an alcoholic since the age of 16. I've been an alcoholic for since 16. So it's nothing new about it. It's just I've been an alcoholic drinking underneath my dad, who I call my master Eric, since the age of 16. That's why I tried running away 3 times and it failed because Master Eric is real deal. He's the real deal. Yes, and for real he is. Fuzzy. So I don't know, if I get hungry in the middle of the night, I might go downstairs and get myself some Swiss cheese or some something. But yeah, that's how it works, my man. So I can't be too loud, especially if sister and brother got to make sure they get the beauty sweeps, the low. So that's just how that works. So if I did it. Oh, I feel like an old fuddy-duddy, don't I? I'm already, realizing, my hair's gone for that. Yeah, so, where I be. Well, basically, as we have said before, we are going to check to see what is going on with basketball scores. What's been going on at basketball scores? Well, we can tell you who's in the stand-in. Who's in the stand-in for right now in the basketball? Right now in the East Conference, the best in the East Conference for basketball right now is Detroit, followed by Knicks and Boston. That's for the East Coast NBA season stand-ins. And for the West Coast stand-ins, we got the OKC Thunder, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Denver Nuggets. Then followed by Rockets, T-Wolves, and the shit-ass Lakers. East in season, we have, in seasons don't matter. So, yeah, we good with that. So, what is going on with hockey stand-ins? Since we just checked NBA stats. The East Conference right now in hockey, right now, Tampa, Detroit, Buffalo, Montreal, Boston, shit-ass Boston, and Florida, which, always gets to the conference. And, yeah, there's also the West Conference. Colorado, Minnesota, Dallas, Utah, who's a new expansion this year, Nashville, and Chicago. And also, then a specific, the West Pacific Conference is Vegas, Edmonton, Seattle, Anaheim, San Jose, and last week, and surely not least, Sacramento. And yeah, and then we got the rest of East Conference. We got the other East Conference, which is Metro. East Conference Metro hockey. We got Carolina, Pittsburgh, New York, Washington, New Jersey, and Columbus. So that's what's going on with the hockey stand-ins right now. As we told the NBA stand-ins, and now we've just mentioned the NHL hockey stand-ins. So yeah, there's not really much going on right now. And then also don't forget, there's also March Madness, but again, we don't typically watch that often because, well, we read about it, but we don't, follow March Madness. So, sort of, because, I have way more other things I could rather be spending my time in. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, so we checked the sport stand-ins and the East and West conferences of both basketball pros and hockey pro. Okay. Well, aren't we ourselves set in a pickle? Well, boy, oh howdy, we are 54 minutes already in the time check already, and we already have 4 thumbs ups in this video, and you guys are being really good. So, yeah, awesome. Um, Strategy. Oh man. So, what is going on with the rest of the world? Well, let's see. Oh, dang. Well, let's see. What has been going on with what's been going on with Rutgers and USC? Well, back last year, the Big Ten's basketball tournament, the USC school actually, yeah, they were able to, USC had lost to Rutgers on a February game that had ended with, a 95-85 score game or tournament of both teams, being very close in the end. So yeah, that's what's happened with Rutgers and USC's for men basketball of college last season. So that's what's going on. And Rutgers is a school that's in Jersey. I have a few friends that study there or have studied there, but hey, it's none of my fucking business, no, is it? So, what else is going on? What's going on with UConn? Yeah, UConn. What's been going on with the school of UConn? What's been going on with UConn? UConn men's basketball. What's been going on with UConn's men's basketball? Well, the next game they have is this Saturday. UConn is the number 2 best spot in the NCAA basketball right now, and right now UConn is actually doing a really good job. The Huskies are doing a good job in their men's basketball league right now. They have already won 20 games, and they always, have one loss. They are going to be playing a 6 o'clock game against the school we call Cretan. But yeah, that will be on Fox, as they will use the CHI Health Center Omaha and Omaha. And then after that, after UConn plays Creighton, they will play Xavier. And then after that, they also did Providence. So yeah, they obviously they won both those games. So yeah, and those series teams many times in the past. Okay, so what has been going on with our boy Deadshot? Well, what's going on with Deadshot? Well, right now, let's see, Deadshot and DCU. What's been going on with Deadshot? Will Deadshot return? Well, apparently not. But hey, it's Will Smith for you, so what the fuck? But anyway, we are now 58 minutes on time check. What else is going on? What's been going on with CSI? Well, CSI, crime scene investigation, doesn't really have that much going on. Some of the stars from the show have been going through a lot of conclusions arcs because, one of the most recent CSI actors, she had finished up her arc of CSI Las Vegas all the way back in 2024, and she hasn't been on silver screen or TV since that finale happened 2 years ago. So there's not much going on with CSI right now. What is going on with? What is happening with? What has been happening with our friend Matthew Stafford? Matthew Stafford says he apologized to Davante Adams for missing out the Super Bowl. But hey, that's okay. Like I said, it's, whatever. So, it's, well, Matthew Stafford, the last time he was playing the Super Bowl was back when he was playing against Joe Burrow. which was just a few seasons ago. So, hey, that's whatever. So, Los Angeles is overrated anyway, so what the fuck. Okay. Um, huh. Uh, let's see. What else is going on in the world, eh? Uh, uh, There's not really much going on, and we already hit the 1 hour mark, so we're going to probably wrap this pretty shortly. Let's see, XA. Let's see what's going on. So, did you know that Captain America has now brought this new design to a xenomorph? Yeah. Last week, they basically said that Captain America, the villain Red Skull, Captain America's Red Skull, now has unveiled a new design for a xenomorph from the Alien franchise. This was last week. Captain America's nemesis, his greatest nemesis, Red Skull, has now brought us the xenomorph, and now the xenomorph is now basically inspired completely by him. Red Skull is now the red xenomorph, and it's pretty scary, so I'm not going to show it, but yeah, so now Red Skull has now turned himself into an alien xenomorph. And it's actually pretty terrifying, so I'm not going to show it, but yeah, unfortunately, it is real, so, whatever, hybrid, where they crossed over the Alien franchise with the Marvel franchise, just like they also did recently with the Godzilla, also crossing their franchise over with Marvel's franchise. Because I guess they want to have some supernatural or monster kind of ideas to add the fuel to the fire over to the comic book sides of the corners of the Marvel Pocket Dimensions. So, yeah. Okay, so until next time, we will see you on the hut. Until next time, we'll see you next time.